Hi, Anna here. So what I'm going to do today is the afternoon tea rocker card. Now I've got all the pieces here, all the dies. So I'll just talk you through the dies first. So you've got your main die, which is the actual card shape. Then you've got some lovely matting and layering, so you can do with your pretty doily edges. So it looks like a tablecloth if you cut it out of white and make it really pretty. You've got some little panels to pop onto your actual rocker card, and then you've got your embellishments. Now this is there's a lovely teapot, a cup, a spoon. You've got sugar cubes. You've got a teaspoon, which I've already mentioned, and then you've got this, which is a lid. Now this is your lid for your sugar bowl. So what you can do with this is, if you cut the handle off your cup, you can use the cup as your sugar bowl. And it's the same with the teapot. If you take the lid off, you could have this as a milk jug. So what I've done is we're just going to do the basic mechanism to do the cup so that it's self-leveling when the card rocks, so it looks like the tea is pouring into the cup without the cup tipping over. So I've already cut the main card base. I've cut a teapot and a teacup. This little piece is what we use to actually create the mechanism for the cup to stay level on the card. And then you've got this one is to back this so it doesn't fall out, and this one is to cut a hole into your main card base. So I'll just show you what I've done already. So I've just used this smaller circle die you see here and cut a circle. Now when you're cutting it, it will be the opposite way round. So you need to put your circle on the right hand side. So when you flip it to the correct side, it'll be on the left hand side. Just so that when we put our teapot and our cup on, they'll be facing the right way. So I'm just going to reinforce the score lines on the actual card. So your two top ones and this centre one are all mounting folds. Then these sort of centre lines are valley folds. You just need to give them a little pinch just to get them in there. And then these bottom lines are mounting folds again. So just fold that into place. Just make sure they're nice and creased. Those folded in. You might just need a bone folder just to reinforce those, like that. So that's the basic rocker card. Now die cut about 8 of these little tiny circles. Now if you don't want to die cut all these little circles, you can use foam tape. You can get some sort of round foam pads, they would work as well. So I'm just going to use a little bit of wet glue just to layer these up. I'm just going to layer them one on the top of the other. Okay, so I've got my little stack of circles all stacked up now, and I've cut the largest circle. So that's this one. And I'm going to bring my cup in and my card. Now I need to just glue the stack of circles to the cup. We'll just let that dry just a second. Try to keep the circles centered onto the cup sort of, they can be slightly below the centre, but they need to be sort of central vertically, because this is what keeps your teapot, your cup straight. Now what you can do is you can add a tiny button on there or something just to weight it so it keeps it in place. If you are adding different embellishments to this, that also might need weighting depending on the shape of the die that you're using. So what I'm going to do is pop that through there like that, and then we're just going to add a little bit more glue onto there, and we're going to pop this second circle on there, and we'll just let that dry just for a little second. Now also, depending on how many embellishments you put onto your rocker card, you might want to weight it one side or the other just so that it stands evenly, it's nice and straight when it's just stood. Just because sometimes when we embellish our cards, we might add extra flowers or a bow or different embellishments that are slightly heavier on one side than the other, and you don't want it lopsided. So if you just pop a penny or a button on whichever side is the side that's lightest, that should even it up so that it stands nice and horizontal. Now that's my cup on. You see now that that will rock and move. So all we need to do now is add our teapot. I'm just going to use a little bit of foam tape for that, and I'm going to put the tape towards the bottom of the teapot just because I want it to just stand a little bit up above this sort of folded area. I'm going to make it so that the teapot looks like it's pouring into the cup. And that's the basic card finished. When it rocks, the cup should move so that the cup stays horizontal. That's the basic card mechanism finished.